Thank you for coming out tonight. I hope you all are having a great time. My name is Courtney Buckley, and I'm not really here to talk about me. I'm here to talk to you about my son, Nathan. He is up there. If you'll take a look. He is one of the happiest little boys that I have ever known in my whole life. He loves animals, and if you asked him to, he could tell you the names of close to 50 of them and all of the noises that they make. He told me ostrich the other day. Like, where did he learn that? He's 2.5. I say bird. He loves to ask for pizza for breakfast, and I'm sure he'll keep at it until I give in. I'm not having any plans on doing that, but he'll keep going. He knows words like crescendo and allegro, which he learned from his favorite TV show, Little Einsteins, which I had to Google to understand what my 2-year-old was talking about. Things weren't always like this for us, though. On March 16th, 2012, Nathan's second birthday, he was diagnosed with PDD-NOS, which is an autism spectrum disorder. About a month later, after 7 months of early intervention therapies, we had our very first session at Ironstone Farm. I'm going to be honest, when his therapist suggested hippotherapy to us as an option, I was skeptical. I had heard that people did horseback riding as therapy for conditions like MS and things like that. I'd never heard of it for autism. But I agreed to it thinking that it would be nothing more than something for him to do once a week that was fun. I couldn't have been more wrong. When Nathan started riding at Ironstone, he was only using 4 words, and that was after 7 months of therapy. 2 of those words were signs, 2 of them were noises that just meant words that we could understand. Sometime after the first few sessions, Nathan started coming home and pulling his animal book off the bookshelf. He would bring it to me, and this is a child that had the patience of a fruit fly, but he would bring me his book, and he would sit with me. He would flip directly open to the page with the farm animals, and he would point to the horse, and he would look right at me. So I would tell him what it was and what it said. And pretty soon, he was able to tell me what it was and what it said when I asked him to. Very rapidly, over the following months, he transformed from the barely verbal boy who cried when he first went up on the horse, to the boy who, for the very first time without being prompted last week, ran up to me and said, "Mama, I love you." I can't tell you how long I've waited to hear that. On Friday mornings, he happily wakes up, he gets dressed, he has breakfast, and it's not pizza. And he gets in the car to go to his weekly session. For the entire ride to Ironstone, he tells me about his hat, which is his helmet that he's wearing in that picture. That he's going to see the horses and the donkeys. And every Friday morning, listening to him talk about the farm, I silently thank Ironstone for changing my son's life. I can't explain to you how or why it works. I can only tell you that Nathan was so desperate to talk to me about the horses that he found a way to do it. It was as if he was locked away somewhere inside his own brain, and the horses at Ironstone were the key that fit. Everything seemed to click back in place, and my amazing little angel was back again. I can now cross Witness a Miracle off of my bucket list because I truly believe that I have. Spend any amount of time on the farm, and I bet you'll feel the same way in no time at all. I am now a volunteer at Ironstone because I wanted to give something back to the place that has given me and Nathan so much. And for the very first time, I feel like I have finally found the place where I was meant to be. To all the volunteers, staff, donors, and everyone who is even remotely involved in Ironstone, I will never be able to begin to thank you for bringing my child out of the fog and back to me. Whether it's time, money, or just a little patience that you contribute, you change lives every single day. My son, Nathan, is living proof of that. Take pride in what you do because there is nothing better. I am so grateful that Nathan and I are part of the Ironstone family because the farm, the horses, the people, and everything about it is absolutely inspiring. One of these inspiring people in particular is Susan Warnick, one of our honorees tonight. Susan took hold of Ironstone's Sponsor a Child efforts 4 years ago, and since then, 113 children have been sponsored at Ironstone Farm. Some have come to Ironstone through early intervention, like my son. Others, your Sponsor a Child donations help cover the cost of their therapy. But your dollars have gone on to support children who came to Ironstone from children's homes, children with cancer, and children with the rarest of diagnoses, and so many more. Please join me in the absolute honor of thanking Susan Warnick for her advocacy for children and families everywhere, but especially those who are at Ironstone because of her efforts.
Thank you and good night.
Oh boy, Philip, huh?